What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Hidden Heights Farm. This is Rachel, I'm Kevin, and we are currently out here in our Kiko and Spanish goat barn. And if you guys have been following some of our prior videos, we got a lot of kids here all around. We got 40 kids over here right now. And we're gonna talk about something today. So if you guys remember the mom that had the two twin bucklings, for whatever reason, she just had never wanted to accept one of the babies. Now, she accepted this one right here, no problems. But this one right over here, the other little buckling, for some reason she just don't like it. Now, if Rachel and I are standing out here, the mom will actually feed the baby, but she doesn't like it. And when a mom doesn't like a baby, or for whatever reason, even though that baby's sucking, that mom can withhold the milk from her udder, so it keeps it from actually allowing that baby to eat. So that baby's sucking right now, but she knows it's not the baby she likes, so it's actually not getting any food. So what have we been doing for, this baby's 2 weeks old now.
Well,
and we've left the mom and the babies in here for the whole time.
So we've been supplementing his milk. Now, she will allow him to eat for as long as I stand here. And I have noticed he has been getting some milk. Like I can tell right now she is allowing some milk to come down. But she is not as aggressive as she once was towards him. So that is another reason that we have also left them together. But he has been supplemented a bottle. We've been feeding him 3 times a day. Now, right now, he's really only eating 2 full bottles a day. The other one, he kind of just, you know, because he's still getting enough milk from her. But see, you can clearly see she's like...
It's like he just aggravates her.
Yeah, because she just hasn't taken to him.
So, what Rachel and I is going to go through today is how to properly bottle feed a kid goat or a baby goat. And even though this one is 2 weeks old, we're going to start from the scenario to where this mama just had this baby and it is a newborn baby. What do you need to do if the mom's rejecting it? So one of the most important things for almost any living creature, as far as mammals go, which drink milk, when a baby is born, it is very important for that baby to get some colostrum from the mom. And that is a very rich nutrient.
It's filled with antibodies and the things that they need to survive, and they only have a window of 24 to 48 hours in baby goat kids to get that colostrum.
Right.
So,
and that gives them a lifelong boost of immunities throughout their life. So we know this baby got the colostrum, so we're not worried about that. It did get the colostrum because it was sucking from the mom, you know, within the first day. She just didn't like the baby and she would kind of run from it.
Now, typically, I mean, we've had mama goats in the past that have not taken to the babies. Generally, what we do always works. This is a whole different scenario. We've never had this happen. But typically, what we do is Kevin and I will come out here and we'll get the mama goat just like this.
And this is what we did the first day that the baby was born, when we realized that it wasn't with the mom.
So typically, this is what we do. And either I'll hold the goat or Kevin holds the goat, and he'll put the newborn baby up to the mama's teat and make sure it knows where the milk's coming from. And we will do this multiple times a day.
Until you can tell that baby's belly is getting full with the colostrum.
So normally, the mama will bond with this baby within the first couple of days after we do this. So if you have a mama that's confused and it's like, I'm not sure if that's my baby, things like that, this is what we do, and it typically works. This case, it has not. In the 15 years that we've raised goats, this is the only time that this has happened.
And like she said, normally when you do that, the mamas will bond with that baby, because I've touched on this a few times before, but I'm gonna go over it again. When you see moms and babies, when you see a baby run up to a mom and the baby tries to start sucking on the udder, the mom will almost always reach around and smell the rear end of the baby kid. And that is because once that baby drinks the colostrum or the milk from the mom, that passes through the digestive system of the baby, and then when it poops, that mom can smell the scent from her own milk, and she knows that's one of her babies because she don't want to feed all these other babies out here in the herd. So in this scenario, that did not work. We thought we weren't going to have a problem with this baby and this mom, but for whatever reason, she still does not like this baby.
And I've went as far as taking this baby and this baby and rubbing this baby's scent on the one she's not accepting. And not to be gross, but I even took it a step further, and I took this baby's potty and I rubbed it all over this one's rear end. I've taken her milk, rubbed the milk on it. I mean, I have absolutely tried everything I could try, and nothing has worked in this scenario.
So guys, you can see this. We've already been out here filming for 6 minutes, according to the camera, and this baby's pretty much been sucking the whole time. You can tell her udder has not come down in size at all. She is holding that milk up, and this baby is still trying so hard to get a drink, and it's not getting anything. You can see that's why it's going back and forth to each side of the teat. And so we've had this mama in here with these babies for 2 weeks now. And Rachel's been coming out here, I've been coming out here and supplementing, bottle feeding this baby, but it's time to let this mama out. We didn't want to let them out too early because it's just kind of a sad deal. It's reality. It's the nature of the beast, because bonding with your mom is, that's something that all babies want to do. Well, as soon as we let this mama out, there's no guarantee that this mom is even going to ever come back and check on this little kid. And we're going to let this little kid out with all the other goats. We're going to let the mom and its twin out with all the other goats. Mama's going to go out and start grazing, doing that thing. And she does come and take care of this one. She cries for this one and stuff if she don't see it or it's real not close to her or whatever. But she don't ever care about the other one. So we're going to let them out. Before we do that, I'm going to get a bottle. We're going to go in the house and we're going to show you guys how we mix a bottle, what we use, all that type of stuff, how often we feed them. And we'll come back out here and we'll feed the baby before we let them out so it can have a full belly. And we'll let the mama and the babies out and see what happens.
And I did try and separate this little buckling a few different times, but it literally broke my heart to do that. And this scenario is new for us. Like I said, we've never had a mama just really reject a baby to this extent. But the baby is bonded with the mom, which typically when you have a bottle baby in that sort of situation, you pull that baby pretty quickly because of, whatever scenario it is. So it doesn't really have time to bond to that mama. Well, this baby, even though she's not bonded to it, the baby is bonded to her, which has been kind of heartbreaking to watch. But we are doing the best we can. The baby is not starving. It is not starving. We've made sure of that with the supplementing of the bottle. But so I just want you guys to know we have literally tried everything that we can think of.
It is a sad deal. And I said earlier 40 kids over here. We only have 30 kids over here. We have 10 in the other field. But when we let these out, the idea behind not keeping this baby pinned up all by itself, letting her out with the mom might actually check on it. We don't know that. So this is all trial stuff, because like Rachel said, we've never had this scenario happen before. But if the mom doesn't want anything to do with this kid once we let it out, maybe it's Bubba here with a little buckling twin. If not, there's 29 other babies out here that it can at least sleep with, stay warm with, play with. It will have companions.
Yeah, and we will still make sure it's getting a bottle.
Yeah, it's going to probably be 100% bottle fed for a while. So enough rambling about this. Rachel and I is going to head back into the house. You can see it's still trying to eat. It's not getting any milk. Not very much. So we're going to go in here and talk about mixing the bottles up. Okay guys, so we're back in the house, and this is the product. This is Dumont Goat Kid Milk Replacer with all milk proteins. So this is particularly made for kid goats. It's not made for sheep. It's not made for any other type of livestock. This is made for goats because goats need other kinds of minerals than the other livestock. So basically, I'm just going to show you guys how we do it here. This is pretty easy. So you mix 1 cup of this milk replacer to 3 cups of water, and I've already got the water heated up here. You want to make sure your water is warm to touch, because you want to mimic the milk like it would be coming out of a mama goat's body, which is going to be about 99 degrees. So we got our water here, and you want to get 1 level scoop. And it works best if you get a whisk or something like this, and you want to mix it up very good, and I'll show you guys why in just a minute.
Now while Kevin's mixing, there are lots of different options as far as what you can use for milk. So if you're going to be using a goat milk replacer, I do recommend getting one that is specifically for goat kids. Don't get one, if you can all help it, do not get one that's for cattle, sheep, horses. There are some out there that will do several animals. Get one that's specific for the goat kids. Now, it don't specifically have to be that particular brand. And then this bottle right here, these are easily found at Tractor Supply.
You can get them on Amazon.
Amazon.
And this teat that we're going to be using here, this is the nipple for the bottle. I call it a teat, but it's just a rubber teat, pretty much. And it screws right on this bottle. It will screw on 20-ounce pop bottles. This is called a Pritchard teat. This is the ones that we started using years ago. We actually experimented with several different ones. This one was our favorite one for the goats that we raised. They make all different types, but I will recommend the Pritchard teats. You can get these on Amazon. You can get them at your Tractor Supply. They're usually yellow with the red nipple on them. And like Rachel said, you can get any type of bottle like this. I think she got this at Tractor Supply. You can get them on Amazon. And we got this little funnel here just to not make a mess. And I'm just gonna fill this bottle up. And when I told you guys it's important to whisk this up to where you don't have a bunch of particles, it's kind of like mixing a cake batter or something, you know. Oops, wasn't paying attention. But anyways, if you do not mix it up good with the whisk, when you get these nipples, these are solid. They do not have a hole. They don't have an orifice at the end. So what I do is, a lot of people make the mistake and they will cut this thing straight like this. You do not want to do that. You're going to have a hole way too big and the baby's going to choke.
You don't want to cut the nipple off.
So what I do is I take my knife and I just score it right here all the way down until you see that hole like that.
Split it open so they can see that. See that? Okay.
And that allows just enough milk to come out and kind of mimics the mom's teat.
Those will also fit on like a pop bottle, a small pop bottle, soda bottle, but I don't like using that because they leak.
Okay, so we got it mixed up, and while this is warm, not super hot, it is warm, we're gonna get it out there and we're gonna go feed the baby.
Now, while we're doing that, if you do not want to use the milk powder replacer, you can use whole cow's milk, and that works excellent. Ideally, you want to milk the mama out and use her milk if possible.
Or another donor mom, you can do that as well if you have dairy goats.
It just depends on time.
Right.
But whole cow's milk works excellent. And all you have to do is heat that up on the stove to the desired temperature, like Kevin said. I think it's actually anywhere from 90 to 100 degrees technically, right. But you just don't want it to burn their mouths. If
you're going to heat up any type of milk, so I've got some left over. We're not going to waste this. We're going to put this in the refrigerator, and the next feeding we're going to warm it up. I'm not going to show you guys that. Do not put this stuff in the microwave. Do not put any of the whole milk in the microwave. Don't put any of the goat's milk in the microwave. Get you a pan of water, stick it on your stove, stick a bottle or something like this in there, kind of like a double boiler type setup, and you just warm it up just enough, because milk has enzymes in there for the goat's guts and intestines and all the stomach and all that stuff that it has to absorb to get the full nutrients. And by sticking it in the microwave, you'll zap all that good stuff and it will be not beneficial for the babies.
Now, I also want to go over.
Well, let's walk outside and.
Okay. Here, I'll give you the camera, Kevin. So, your arm's longer than mine. So, now if the kid is anywhere from 24 to 48 hours, you do not want to feed the milk replacer. You want to feed straight colostrum. And they have, you can buy that just like the powder. You can get the colostrum. Ideally, if you can get it from the mom, that's what you want to do. But for the first 24 to 48 hours, you want to feed them the colostrum and make sure that they get that. But like we said, this baby's past that point. So I just didn't want you to be confused. It is not the same as this powdered milk supplement.
Yep. And anytime you have a choice between the powder colostrum or any other like goat colostrum, it doesn't have to be from the mom. That's the best, but you can use it from another goat. If you have a bunch of nannies that are kidding, you can actually milk a little bit of colostrum out and you can bottle feed it to another newborn that you have. So,
and you can keep that colostrum in your freezer and it stores for up to a year.
Yep. A lot of people, if you have some donor goats where you can get colostrum from, sometimes mama goats will lose babies or whatever, and a lot of people we know will actually milk out that mama that lost their babies or for whatever reason don't have babies. You can milk out that colostrum and you can put it in ice cube trays and freeze it and it will store for a long term.
That's excellent.
All right, let's go.
Spangle, you can't go in here, Bubba. He's all the time trying to
So it's about feeding time, so all the goats think we're feeding them, but we're gonna wait a little bit and see to this baby real quick. You can see we got kids running around everywhere. All right, baby, it's feeding time. So this is why we got the pail out here. Rachel usually comes out here and sits on the pail. All right, this is we got two silly dogs out here. Hey, y'all calm down.
This kid does not really like this nipple because it's still, we still have some confusion. It still wants to eat off the mama, but it will take the bottle. It just takes some working with it. So you can hold the baby. It just depends on whatever works. But you want your bottle up at an angle just like it's coming from the mom, because otherwise they can get...
He said, nope, I want my mama.
So typically you just gently open the mouth. Usually if it's a strictly a bottle baby, like you don't have the mom in here with it, they'll come to this bottle.
It will be trained and it will know to come to the bottle.
But this, like we said, of course, it's a challenging situation, but...
And guys, when these babies are newborns and you're trying to do this, it is very, very difficult, and patience is key. It does take a lot of time to train a newborn baby to drink from a bottle. So just stick with it, have patience.
Come here. Come here, baby.
This one here, it wants its mom still.
Yeah, so that's where it's a little bit of... Come here.
You might just have to pick it up and hold it.
Well, I have been. Just depends. Nope.
Nope.
Nope. Okay, come here. Come here. Here we go. Why don't you want it? Look at here.
I'm not be hungry right now.
Here.
Nope.
Really?
That's good stuff. It's coming out. Want me to try?
Well, we'll give it a second.
See, he's hungry because he keeps going back to his mom, so.
Come here. Come here. I know you don't like it.
You might put him on the ground and try it. Here, let me see it.
This is...
It's gonna be a It's gonna take some time to where he just wants to come to the bottle. Look. Okay. He knows it's not his mom's teeth.
That's, yeah, it is a little bit of nipple confusion.
Yeah. Nope.
Well, I don't know about confusion. He just knows that, hey, that's where I'm supposed to get the milk. I'm not confused. You all are confused, and my mom is confused.
Yeah.
He knows what he's supposed to be doing.
See, she don't want him nursing from him. Come here, baby. I'll feed you.
Here, I'll let you sit on the bucket.
It's fine. I'll just leave him on the ground and try it. Here. Now, every other time we come feed you, you eat just fine.
Well, that's how it works. You get the camera out and nothing ever goes as planned.
You want some, Baba?
That one wants head scratches.
Yeah. He's already got little horns growing.
See?
He might not be hungry. Maybe he was getting some milk from his mom, but it sure didn't look like it.
Well, his belly does not look empty.
No, it's not empty by no means.
Which, that's another thing we need to touch on is,
How much to feed a baby goat?
yes, you can overfeed the baby goats. So you don't want to overfeed and you don't want to underfeed.
You want some of this?
Both can be harmful. So typically, if your baby, you see its stomach
Okay.
kind of,
I'm gonna stop because he's not wanting it.
and I see there is some milk in his belly.
His little belly is full. It's not empty by no means. I think he's just going back to his mom out of comfort. It's just a thing they do.
He has eaten today.
Yeah, he's already had one bottle. So
Yeah, he's already had one bottle and she must have been letting some milk down. But you can see like his stomach is not sunken in. It has right here, it's full, okay? You want the baby,
it's actually fuller than the brothers.
yeah, you want the baby, its stomach to be soft. You want it to look full like that, but you still want it to be soft.
Right here in this one's.
So you don't want it to be hard. If the baby's stomach is hard and protruding out quite a bit, that means it's really, really full, and that's too full for the baby.
All right, let's let him out and see what happens. It's feeding time, so. Let mama and the babies out. Come on. You know, cord girl. Come on, mama. You're gonna get a lot of crowd in there. Come on.
Let's go ahead and feed. And no, get back. Shh. Let's go ahead and feed. We'll feed, and that way it'll get everybody occupied, and they won't want to go in her stall and scare them to death.
Oh yeah, now you want to come out, huh? We're gonna feed her a little bit. You want your ball now? Hey, looky here, I got something for you. Come here. So, I told you guys these babies are 2 weeks old, and guess who's already eaten solid food? This one's brother is already eating food with his mom. It's still drinking milk, but it's starting to experiment a little bit. And he's not wanting the bottle.
Then that means he's not hungry. His
Nope.
stomach is full. And typically a kid this age, he's 2 weeks old, we would feed
Three times a day And then when they're about 21 days to weaning age, you'll cut down to 2 times a day. You want a bottle? Huh?
They can be weaned at anywhere from 8 to 10 weeks though.
Yeah.
What we'll do is, a lot of this information we'll be able to put on our website, which is www.hiddenheightsfarms.com. We have a blog, and this information can be found on that blog. So if you want to go refer to that, we'll also have like a feeding chart guide on there, and some good information that you can actually go and read along with this video. So if you get lost.
Yeah, and guys, all the stuff we're using, I'll leave links down in the description of the video. Also, you can check it out if you guys are interested in ordering any of these nipples or bottles or the milk product. We'll leave links down in the description to the stuff that we do use here on the farm. So we're gonna let this mama eat, and then we're gonna let them out.
So we've had bottle babies throughout the years, and I know as a newbie to it, it can be super intimidating because you can find all kinds of information out on the internet, and it's very intimidating. So guys, don't be intimidated. If we can do it, you can do it. Don't let all the formulas and the ratios and this and that scare you to death, because it can be intimidating. But what we've done
I'm gonna go ahead
has
and let her
worked.
out while everybody else is eating.
Okay.
Come on, let's get out and see what the kids do. Come on.
She said, I kind of like it in here.
Yep.
And I have marked that baby. I don't know if you guys caught that, but I marked its rear end with some orange, like sprayable marking paint just for animals.
Y'all can't stay here forever. Come on.
Lacey's like,
I said, that's a new baby, ain't it?
that's new.
Everybody wants back in here, of course. Come on. Come here with your brother. Go play with all the other kids. You get some freedom. Come on, get out of here. Get. All right. So time will tell whether the mom will see to this baby. There she is, right here, checking on it because it was crying.
Well, looky there. What in the heck?
You never know.
You just never know.
Where's your food?
Wow. And guys, we keep it real. Like we always say, like, it's not all, what do you say, rainbows and butterflies?
Rainbows and butterflies.
So this is not an ideal situation, but we're doing the best we can do, and we're sharing our journey with you. So hopefully it may help somebody else one day. Right? Right? Let me see, come on.
So there's the baby. She's got the or he's got the orange paint on his back. His mom just went right here. He said, "You ain't my mama."
No, look.
There's his brother.
I said, we want back in there.
Hey, I tried to feed you your baba and you didn't want it. There's the mama. So the baby went up to her and she's letting it eat. So maybe she don't want us feeding her, the baby the bottle.
Those kids are just some really good looking kids.
Yep. And guys, anytime that you can do whatever you can to try to get the mom to accept the kids, that's the route you want to go. Having a bottle baby is the last thing that Rachel and I want on the farm. It is a lot of work. It takes a lot of time. It can be frustrating sometimes, just like you've seen, if the baby's hungry when they're first born and you can't get them to suck, sometimes it's very frustrating. It takes a lot of patience. So anytime that we can work with the mom and work with the babies and try to get that bond built to where that mama will feed them, that is always going to be the #1 go-to for us.
For us, yes, our farm situation.
All right, so I guess time will tell, and Rachel and I'll come back out here next bottle feeding time, which will be about the evening bedtime, and then we'll see if the baby's belly looks the same, if it's been eaten from the mom, or do we need to keep continuing to bottle feed it, and that'll be a day-by-day basis. You gonna help me watch that baby, huh? You gonna help us watch that baby? Babysitter Leesky?
The dogs have been doing excellent. I'm still super proud of them.
I guess you took them outside. Yep, they're all out there.
They are? Okay.
Yep.
She's talking to them.
She's talking to them. Uh oh, now she's really gonna get confused. They said, new friends, new friends.
See, she's still nudging it away.
Yep, you can see she's not being nice to it, so we're definitely going to come out and bottle feed it anyways. And one thing I forgot to mention earlier, I should have mentioned this earlier, if you do have a newborn baby or even an older baby like this, one thing that moms do when these babies hit the ground and they're trying to get them to start nursing on them is they will actually lick their rear end. So I know it sounds gross, but if you're trying to get a newborn baby to take a bottle, sometimes if it latches on, sometimes they don't suck real hard and stuff.
You lick their rear ends.
No,
is what Kevin's
you
saying.
can get your hand and kind of just rub their tail, and it kind of mimics the mom licking their rear end, and that will encourage that baby to eat. And if you ever see a kid nudge its mom, like you'll see them run up to their mom and they'll just start hitting their udders, that is a sign for their mom to release more milk down. See if this one does it. They'll drink all the milk in the teat, and then once it gets dry, sometimes they'll reach up and nod their mom's udder. This one must be flowing pretty good because it didn't do it. But at least this baby knows its brother, and it should stick with its brother, so hopefully the mom will start being a little bit nicer to it, but we'll see. So, like Rachel said, this is a trial thing for us. If you guys have any questions or want to ask any other things about goats, make sure you check out our website, hiddenheightsfarms.com. I'll leave a link in the description below. Please go check it out. Check out our blogs. Check out all our other stuff we got going on. And stay tuned for the next video to see how this baby and mama works out. Where'd the baby go?
I think it went in here.
Oh, yep, it went in there.
Yep. Oh,
The chickens are getting really risky with the dogs. It's feeding time. So, anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching today's video. Make sure you check out the website. Leave us a comment down below. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. And we'll see you next time.
thanks, guys. See ya.
He's saying, Mom! Your mama's out here.